Welcome to episode 959 of Apartment Hacker. This is Mike Burnett, Apartment Hackers. My mission to tease out human potential in the multifamily space. So it's interesting as of late. I've just been scrolling through a LinkedIn feed, or my LinkedIn feed, and just kind of taking in headlines and trying to absorb what people are thinking about beyond the COVID narrative, beyond politics, just what is generally interesting to people these days in the business world. And something that keeps coming up over and over and over again is moving to a people first, a team member first. I don't like the word employee, so I always say team members. Doesn't matter, it's just my preference, right? So team members first, that is a philosophy of running a business. If you put team members first, then by extension or by default, if you do that well, if you do team member first really well, and you treat people really well, and you treat them with grace, and you treat them with kindness, and you focus on their personal as well as their professional development, then by extension or by default, your consumer is well taken care of, because you would anticipate that the way you treat people will be the way that they treat other people. That's simply put, but it really does run the gamut of activities beyond character, right? It's all the things that a team member is responsible for on a daily basis. And then by extension, your business partners are treated with high regard as well. And then ultimately your investor is rewarded by way of all of this development that goes, call it up, call it down, call it whatever you want, but team member first is really a theme that is being promoted heavily today. And it's interesting because team member first is not a novel principle, it's not a new principle. It is something that Peter Drucker introduced way back in the, call it the 50s or the 60s. I don't know exactly, it might have been the 70s, but he started writing about this many years ago, decades ago, as a roadmap for running a business. He took a lot from the nonprofit space, and that's really his concept was that the end product of a nonprofit is the development and the growth of the individual that the nonprofit is focused on. And he took that principle and that philosophy and started to apply it to a for-profit business, and under the concept of helping those people and putting them first, and by extension your business. Now, the practice of this principle in today's world it's not fully honed yet, right? It's not fully built out. We've done our best at Radco Residential to put team members first, and we mess it up. We're humble enough to say that we mess that principle up, but we do try, and we do try to be consistent in the application of our team member first philosophy, and we call it being human centric, and we try our best, but doesn't mean we're perfect. But I do believe that this philosophy of team member first is something that will continue to invade our space. It will continue to invade our business community at large, and it will be the way that businesses operate and the way that businesses become fruitful in the future. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.